Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery here for another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And with this episode right here, we are talking Power, Book 2 Ghost, Episode 7, titled Sex Week. Now, this was an entertaining episode, but at the same time, it was very, very silly. There were a number of characters that really disappointed me with their actions. Pretty much everybody across the board, and I'm just like, okay, what's going on, guys? Y'all are just, they should have called this episode like Petty Corner, but we're going to get into it. Just want to let you know that this is going to be a spoiler-filled recap, so if you haven't seen the latest episode of Power and you don't want to be spoiled, I strongly suggest you turn the video off now or just put in that watch later list, go watch the episode, come back, subscribe, and so you can get all this spoilery goodness, because I'm going to spoil it up, down, left, right, in, and out, as if you've seen it, you have been warned. So, let's go ahead and get into Sex Week real quick. Like I said, well, just starting off. Kane, what are you doing, man? You got your butt whooped by your daddy Tejada last week in jail because you're bowing your mama Monique or whatever, and daddy Tejada was not playing it, so he got them goons, he got those guards in prison to put them hands on you, and you kind of feeling some type of way like you just being kicked out of the family. What, this is not the case, man. The whole season you had this hard exterior on the outside, but we see that you're actually a bit soft on the inside, and that is coming out. And I mean, that's okay. There's nothing wrong, with showing a little emotion here and there. You know what I'm saying? Like your brother Drew is the exact opposite of you on the more soft side, but I don't know, you just had this hard exterior, but you just seem so soft right now. So when this episode is starting off and you robbing churches, man, pistol whipping preachers, I'm just like, bro, what are you doing, man? And you teaming up with the GTG boys. I'm just like, that is just not smart. What are you doing? You need to get it together, but hey, I thought I could get over it, but he kept doing things later on in the episode that kind of just pissed me off, but this is just a hell of a way to start things off, and it kind of did frustrate me a little bit, but of course I'm not going to give up on the show. But the next thing that we have right here, it was kind of funny, is when they're in the classroom and they're trying to find out who is going to be accelerated into the next level and get these credits, get this course for this canonical studies. Top 5 students with the highest GPA get it. And we found out that Lauren, she gets it, but Tariq does not. Dude busts in talking about, what he say, sex week, throwing condoms and stuff like that. And I forgot the black girl's name that made it at the very end. But I do like to what she said to the boy when he was trying to handle the condom, like, hey, I think you dropped it. She was like, boy, get that away from me. This right here is for dudes. She didn't say dudes, she said niggas. But this right here is for dudes with MBAs and mortgages. I have to lie. I have to admit, I really did like that right there. You know what I'm saying? She's like, look, ain't nobody gonna hit this. You know what I'm saying? I am of higher standard. I'm trying to get my education on. I'm trying to get my finances in order. You're gonna have to work to get this ass over here. You know what I'm saying? She's just not gonna give it up freely. And I like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a woman out there, do what you want to do. Is your vagina, okay? But I like the way that she's handling hers, so I'm just gonna put that out there. Again, you can do whatever you want with that. But the next thing right here is Jabari. Jabari is weak as hell, man. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. And first of all, let's just talk about his acting, because first of all, I was not feeling Monet's acting played by Mary J. Blige. I've been talking about that all season. Jabari is kind of up and down for me, but his acting, or the lack of, really came through in this episode. And I just don't like your character, man. You are weak as hell, man. I mean, Tariq is just doing his own thing. He didn't make the cut. He is going on about his business, but fine ass Professor Miguel coming over to console him. It's like, hey, Tariq, what's going on? And Jabari is all in his feelings. This is because he's having a conversation with his counselor or his teacher. What's going on, Jabari? I mean, you got all the muscles, you know what I'm saying? It's not working. Obviously, it's not. But I just don't understand. It's not like Professor Milgram was over there. Oh, hey, Tariq, you look so cute. You look so handsome. I see you got your haircut, trying to give him a hug and all this, and, kissing him on the cheek. No, they were just having a conversation in the hall after class. They wasn't going to dinner. They wasn't at lunch feeding each other French fries and, oh, you're so cute, open up. It was none of that. And Jabari is being a stalker, hiding behind the glass, and it's just like, it's ridiculous, man. And then later on in the episode, to where when you confront Professor Milgram, it's just like, bro, what are you doing, man? But we're gonna get to that later. But Jabari, I was really feeling you, man, but I'm just really not feeling you now in the way you acting. I think it's incredibly whack, and that you just need to stop. Now, everybody pretty much hates Riley, and I hate her too. or hate is a strong word. I just really dislike, but her and Braden, they getting it on in the bed. He's going down on her and she seems like, she's having a good time and he's learning some things, yada, yada, yada. But I tripped my ass off when Tariq just bust up in the room like, hey, man, you need to get her out of here, man. I thought I told you that she's no good, and Riley looked like her feelings was just hurt or whatever. And I was laughing on the inside because I really just don't care about her feelings. I really just don't like the character. I want her to go away. But it was funny to me, and I did get some satisfaction out of that, seeing Tariq, just treat her and talk to her as if she's nothing. I forgot the name of Stern's boyfriend or husband or whatever he is, but like, dude, you are not a threat. Ain't nobody taking you seriously, man. Like, for real, just leave. The way you try to step up to Tariq, I laughed. Tariq will whoop your ass. Drew will whoop your ass. So, you're a non-factor. I just want you to go away and not come back. But now Kane, again, he's popping up, but we don't know where he's popping up. Nobody can find him. He's over here sleeping with one of his girlfriend's house or whatever. And, he's mad. He don't want to go back to Monique. And, he got his butt whooped in jail by his daddy and by his goons or whatever. And so nobody has product and they're having to re-up. And Kane is nowhere to be found. And so this is quite interesting right there, too. Now, Dee was making me mad last episode, but I kind of was feeling her this episode. She cares about her brother. She knows that Kane is somewhere sleeping with somebody, and she did find him. And I don't understand why the woman that Kane was sleeping with, playing house with, I don't know why she was giving Dee, such a hard time. Like, okay, she doesn't have anything to do with you. All she wants to do is just talk to her brother. She was like, Kane, and she's, excuse me, I don't understand. It's like, oh yeah, let me go get Kane, or, I don't know. I don't understand all of that. But right here when, Dee was just saying like, hey, mom is looking for you, it's been a few days. And, he's like, oh, did she really say that? Did she really say that she needs me? I'm just like, man, you are just really not as hard as you thought, or I thought you were at the very beginning of the season. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. I mean, that's just okay, but it's just a hell of a transition with this character that I did not see coming. And he definitely does not need to be leading, some type of, I don't even know how to say it, but he don't need to be running the show or whatever. He just needs to get his stuff together. He needs to get his emotions together because they're all over the place. And it's actually getting kind of frustrating, watching him like this. It's disappointing too, because I like this character, but I didn't like his character. He wasn't me. There's other characters in the show that I can relate to, but to a degree, I did kind of understand and respect the foundation that he came upon. But right now that foundation seems like it's not, built on hard rock cement, that it's just, wet sand. And so, I don't know. We're just going to have to see how that plays out too. But guys, I'm not going to lie to you, man. Professor Milgram is fine. She is fine as hell. That's a beautiful woman. But man, I am just so disappointed, that she's just smashing Tariq. And I know some of you out there be like, oh, it's a woman's choice. It's a woman's body and she can sleep with whoever she wants. Yes, this is very true. This is very, very true. But I can also still be disappointed in it as well. I mean, Zeke is a student and, you are the, you're the professor. And I could be saying the same, for Jabari and Melissa, but I don't know. It just seems like Milgram, Carrie is just so far out of Zeke's league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wish that Zeke could have worked for a lot harder. It just seemed like, I don't know. I don't mean to put Professor Milgram on a pedestal, but at the same time, I'm just disappointed, I'm disappointed. Now, when Jabari was sleeping with Melissa, I don't think that was the first time. I think that was, some type of ongoing type of relationship, or she may have been shooting his shot, for the longest. Or she may have been shooting her shot for the longest. And I think that, he didn't just jump her bones immediately. I think he tried to keep her at bay for a while. I wish that Milgram could have done that with Zeke as well. But, to me, he just got it way too easy. And that's just a bit disappointing. But, I guess I'll have to get over it. But, they're smashing and he's falling in love. He trying to introduce her to the mom. And to his Aunt Monet. And she's like, bruh, come on now. I'm the professor, you the student. She like, go to the party. Them hoes, I don't need them hoes. They random. They just want to ball her. I got me a real woman. Man, she gonna end up hurting their feelings, bruh. Yeah, man, I'm sure you've been playing around with women too. So, boomerang, what goes around comes around. But, I don't think that this sexual relationship or whatever you want to call it is going to last that long between these two. But yeah, I'm disappointed in Mirgo. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest. Now, I also do like this tactic that Tariq is using to get Riley out of the picture. Okay, he's smart. He's thinking on his toes. He's on his feet. He's like, I can use this information that Trace is giving me to get Riley out of the picture, especially when he follows her to court and sees that she's tied up with Sax, who he's tied up with his mom or whatever. He's like, man, this is just too close to home. I got to get rid of her. So I like that he was able to kind of manipulate his way. Now, poor Braden, his roommate, because I know he really was, becoming to like Riley, and it seems like, he's not going to be able to trust her, because she betrayed him. Now she can't even come clean either, because she did try to, she snuck his phone and been taking pictures and dropping pins and stuff like that. And, she can't come clean because she tried to drug Tariq, but end up, she tried to drug, who did she try to drug? I just forgot that quick. She was trying to drug Braden, but ended up drugging Tariq. Or I actually don't remember who she was trying to drug. She was trying to drug somebody, and it didn't work out, but I'm just glad that she's out of there. So wait, she was trying to drug Braden, but ended up drugging Tariq instead. And so, but I'm glad that Trace was able to come through, indirectly, to do what he had to do, to say what he had to say, to where Tariq was able to use that information to, help him get rid of Riley. I think that was brilliant, and I like the way that Tariq is thinking on his toes. And this whole episode, I didn't like a lot of people. Really, the only person I like was Tariq. Sometimes I do get mad. Not mad is not the word I want to use, but frustrated with Monique, because she's always, Monet, excuse me, always coming in the room screaming and stuff. What the F is going on? And, all of this stuff. Got that from a friend of mine. That was pretty funny. But yeah, only person I'm really feeling right now is Tariq. And like I said, Jabari is whack as hell, man. First of all, you're popping up at your wannabe woman's house, Miracle. Hey, I was just in the area and I had some snacks and some treats, and I was just thinking that we can have the good old times. She said no. Okay, first, I have never, ever popped up at a woman's house unannounced. Ever. I mean, that's not even something that she should be proud of anyway. That's just something that you don't do. But I mean, he did have a relationship with her, but that's just, you never do that. Never pop up at nobody's crib unannounced, and never go through nobody's phone. That's just the quickest way to get your feelings hurt. And he did get his feelings hurt, assuming that she was smashing Tariq when she was really smashing, when she was, I was finna say Zeke. But he's like, what does that carry? I mean, he should have just took it like a player, man, and kept your dignity, man, and your pride, and went on like, sports, what is, not, I was going to say sports medicine, sports radio or sports clips, or who you got in there. He's doing all this, looking around, and got his feelings hurt going. I mean, you could really see the water in his eyes building up. He was really finna cry, just going to the car, ripping up the paper. I'm going to teach her a lesson. A student at Springfield is sleeping with, it's just like with a professor. I'm just like, bro, you are whack as hell right now. You are just, oh my gosh, bro, you are whack. You are whack. You are whack. You are super whack. It didn't make no goddamn sense how whack you were in this episode. It was pathetic. But hey, it is. No, it is not. You suck. God, he sucked. But anyway, I just got upset real quick because Jabari, I'm just so disappointed in your character, man. You was a G at the very beginning, but now you are. I was earlier. You was knocking down the stool. I'm like, ha ha. It got rubbed in Milgren's face. I mean, you tried to get at her, but she wasn't feeling you. But now you just really acting like a little bitch, and I can't get behind it, man. So, Jabari, get your act together, bro, because you are really messing up, and I'm not feeling it. And it's just funny right here. Tariq and Lauren just cannot get a break. They always get interrupted, by her ex-boyfriend, Malcolm. This dude is the wackest thing in the world, man. You may be whacker than Jabari. I don't know who's whacker. Let me know in the comments, Jabari or Malcolm. It's a close tie right now for me. But I'm just saying, man, like for real, I understand you getting upset. This is your girlfriend. It's officially your girlfriend. You go to her room and she's, wrestling around and playing Wrestle Time, Tickle Monster with another guy. And she's on top of him. That's not, no guy wants to see that. I understand you being upset, but you pulling out the phone, taking pictures, and then talking to her like that to what two men are talking. I mean, bro, you lost right there. You know what I'm saying? And then I would expect an educated black man to not use the N-word. I'm like, man, to shut your ass up? You know, all you had to do was just go in the room and just kind of just post up and be like, oh, okay, Lauren, I see what it is. I mean, you already won because she was apologizing to you at the beginning, like, oh, I'm sorry. This is not what it looks like. And me and this guy are really, you know, doing an assignment. You could have just been like, you know what, Lauren, I'm done, and walked out. She put him like, but no, baby, no. And you could have had the power, but no, power, book 2. No, but no, the way you handle it, man, you whack. And I'm glad the way she broke up with you, because you're whack. And whack dudes, when they do whack things like this, deserve to get broken up with like that. Because you know, I mean, he's just like an entitled elitist snob. Just, you know, everything is arranged. Like, I'm doing this for our future. Like, bro. And there's just no chemistry between them at all, between Lauren and Malcolm. Like, no physical chemistry. I doubt they ever had sex, let alone kiss. It just seems weird when I imagine them two doing that. Lauren is feeling Tariq, something that you are not. Sorry, bro, but that relationship is over, as we found out later on in the episode. And I just have to say that this extra credit, you know, assignment that Tariq is on is just funny to me. But now we also have Paz coming back. I was always saying Paz last show and people got mad, but Paz is back. And I like Paz. I really do. She is a phenomenal actress. I really do feel sorry for her character because she didn't want to have to deal with any of this, but she still gets pulled in. And out of all the characters from this new show and the last show, it seems like she is hurting the most. She is having the most pain, and she's innocent or whatever. Now, Tasha's in jail too, but Tasha was playing games too, and, you know, part of the drug, you know, family and all of that, moving weight. But Paz, she didn't want to have anything to do with this, and she's hurting the most, and I really do feel sorry for her. And I really like her character, and I really like her performance as well. And so, you know, we got to give it to Paz, man. I hope that she makes it out of all this, because she doesn't deserve it all. And I really don't like the way that she was being manipulated in court by Saxe, you know, Cooper Saxe, because he's just a weasel, you know. But anyway, Saxe, you know, I'm not Saxe, but Paz, I'm rooting for you, man. I hope you're a woman, ma'am. I'm sorry. I hope you come out on top, because, you know, our behavior over here, he's rooting for you. He really does like your line. You know, and it really sucks that Kane was not able to go to the drop for the re-up. You know, he was picked up because his dumbass wants to rob people and not mask up properly with his face and tattoos and things like that. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, your butt hurt, and you just wouldn't have been in this position if, you know, you would have went back home, you know, to begin with. But I'm not really, you know, Deanna, she called Tariq to come through, and Deanna, she's getting on my nerves as well. I mean, I know you like Tariq, but you're going through his pockets and stuff like that. Like, just guys, you don't do stuff like that. If you go looking for trouble, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get your feelings hurt. You are. Yeah. But no, man, don't go snooping in people's pockets, people's phones and stuff like that. You're just going to get your feelings hurt. And I like the way that Tariq was talking to Diana too. Just like, look, man, you thinking that I'm not liking you, but my life is just really messed up right now. And that's not the case all the times with guys, but sometimes it is. Sometimes the timing is just bad. That is true. Not all the time. Sometimes a guy is not interested, okay? But seriously, you know, given this situation, Tariq would not entertain it the way he has been if he wasn't interested. It's complicated, and, you know, Deanna is getting down on her feelings, and, you know, but it's crazy. And so another thing, moving on in this scene right here, first of all, the guy that they had up there doing the re-up with Monet, he just did not look threatening at all. And I don't understand. It's just like dumb. I mean, I don't move weight, but just these dumbass decisions between people. It's like, look, she only is going to give you half, right? You know, and she's like, I'm not trying to take all the drugs. Just give me half. And he wants the full money. Look, man, instead of escalating the situation, just call your boss. Like she said, he's like, he don't like to be bothered. Just like, okay, so you're going to stab somebody with a box cutter? Why? You don't even got no knife. You don't even got no gun. Like, what are you doing? It just doesn't make any sense. And then again, you only came in there with one box. I guess you had other stuff in the car. I'm assuming so, because that just wasn't that much weight. But you end up dead now, okay? And Drew and Tariq are handling your body, shooting you through the windshield in the car, so it looked like you got robbed. It just, I don't know. It's just like that whole thing was stupid. Just like no one had to die. No one had to die. Nobody had to die. But people are just dumb and don't think things through. But this is where we know we have Kane. He's calling Ramirez. Hey, come pick him up. And Kane is in his feeling butthurt. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh, you know, they're pushing me out. And, you know, Tariq is coming through, and then Ramirez, you know, he done got his dick wet too with Monet, and he's feeling some type of way, and they want to team up. First of all, you was about to cuss out Kane talking about how stupid he is. Now you want to team up with him? I mean, what's going on, man? Everybody's so goddamn emotional. I'm not feeling nobody in this episode except for Tariq. And I feel sorry for Tariq because, again, he can't get no break with Lauren. He go back to the crib. This woman is waiting for you at the door, bruh. I mean, that's just what's up right there. It be like this sometimes. She's like, I don't want nobody. I want you, Tariq. And she got her, you know, her sexy little robe on with her little skin tights on and lingerie up under it, waiting on him at the door like, no, I don't want nobody but this man right here. Dude can't ever, I mean, unless you already in there like that, try to wait at a woman's door like, that's crazy. You're going to go sent to jail, rightfully so. That's some creeper stuff, you know what I'm saying? But she was ready to put it on you, you know, and it's just too bad, you know, he had the blood on his shirt. I'm just like, I hate the way he had to sabotage that, man, because I'm not mad at Tariq, you know, he's not no player. Diana and Lauren are coming on to him. He, you know, it'd be different if he was manipulating them like, you know, hey baby, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. Y'all like that, hey baby, I'm teasing. But they are coming on to him. And so, and he keeps shading them and doing the Heisman stiff arm, not trying to be mean, but his life is just so messed up. But I don't know. I mean, I hope that he ends up happy with one of them. I don't know who. They're two completely different women, but I like them both. I'm feeling Lauren a little bit more right now because Diana is more in her feelings, you know, trying to sabotage his business and stuff like that. I really wasn't feeling that or whatever, but you know, it is what it is. But we're just gonna have to see, you know, how that turns out right there. But again, I'm really glad that Braden was able to break up with Riley because I really don't like her. I know she's gonna pop back up. I really don't want her to, you know, but you know, this is a dramatic show, and so we always have to have those random things thrown in just to kind of like, you know, mix up things. And so, you know, everything is just not so straightforward and boring. And again, Jabbar is whack, man, the way that he is, you know, going and approaching Milgram. I know that you're sleeping with Tariq. It's just like that. I mean, you got to think about it. At some point in time in your life, males learn, okay, if I am going to say this to a woman, what is the realistic response that I can get in this situation? Okay. So if you go to Milgram and say, I know that you're sleeping with Tariq, what do you expect her to say? Oh my gosh, Milgram, you're right. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, Jabbar, you're right. You caught me red-handed. I'm so sorry. And because you caught me red-handed, I'm not going to talk to Tariq anymore. I'm just going to dedicate my entire life to you and give you my ass right here on this desk. Take me. Do you expect her to act like that? No. You're just going to make it worse, dude, giving women ultimatums. I remember one time, well, I'm not going to get into that story. You know, you just can't do that, man. You're not going to win. Sometimes you got to play it cool. Sometimes you got to take an L. You know, sometimes when you take an L, and if you take an L like a man, sometimes a woman will see that, and that will make her want you. But I guess Jabbar just hasn't gotten that note. He hasn't learned that lesson. And it don't make no dang sense either because, you know, even with his physique, you should be able to pull him like this without even trying it hard. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. But Jabbar is just super weak and super whack. And I'm glad that Milgram threw everything back up in his face because even if you don't like it, bro, she don't owe you nothing. And so I'm not liking Jabari. I'm not liking Riley. I'm not liking Milgram because she gave it up too early. I'm not liking Deanna. I'm not liking Malcolm. I'm not liking Kane. I'm not liking a lot of people in this episode. It was still entertaining, but of course Tariq is my favorite right now. It's so funny. Tariq is my favorite in this episode when I could not stand him in the last show. But then this scene, you know, concludes with Paz talking to Tasha in jail, and she's still being manipulated and don't know what to believe. You know, but that's the end of it, and we'll just have to see. And so, I mean, I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I was rolling my eyes at a lot of things that was happening in this episode. But I want to hear from you guys. What did you think about this episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? You know, what did you think about my breakdown, my recap? Did I turn you on? Did I turn you off? Like I said, let's keep this conversation going and keep it flowing. But guys, that is just my opinion. Again, I want to just thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to my channel and help me reach 30,000 subscribers. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.